Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Healing Sleep Stories, where you can listen to the sound of my voice. And tonight, we are standing right at the edge of a quiet storm. The rain is gentle. A soft mist curls through the trees. Somewhere in the distance, thunder rumbles like an old belly laugh. And your thoughts, they're about to get completely soaked and washed away. You probably won't survive this with your stress still intact. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here. Tell me in the comments, where are you listening from and what time is it right now? Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. The first thing you notice is the sound. It's not loud, not startling, just a steady whisper of rain tapping on leaves, sliding down window panes, puddling in the corners of your consciousness. Each drop, a bead of relief. Each ripple, a soft exhale. You feel it before you think it, the tension starting to melt out of your shoulders. The background noise of your thoughts beginning to blur like watercolor. You don't even remember getting out of bed, but somehow your bare feet are padding slowly down a winding forest path. The earth is damp beneath you, but not cold, more like welcoming. Like a memory you've never quite had, but always wished for. Overhead, the trees stretch upward with arms dripping in silver. You brush past them, leaves brushing your skin like old friends. They don't say much, just sigh in the wind and nod as you pass. Your body is no longer heavy. In fact, it almost feels like your worries are being pulled downward instead, drawn out of your head and into the earth like roots. A trade is being made, your stress for stillness. No paperwork, no ceremony. Just release. Your breath slows. You didn't force it. It just happened. Funny how your body knows what to do when you stop telling it what's wrong all the time. As the storm begins to settle around you like a warm, wet blanket, you look ahead. A soft light glows between the trees. It flickers. It's not fire. It's something else, something quieter. Like a lantern made of breath. You walk toward it, and somewhere behind you, the voice of your anxious mind mutters one last protest before giving up. They say rain has always made people feel this way. In 700 BCE, the Greek poet Hesiod swore that rainy days were the gods' favorite times to whisper secrets to the earth. Farmers listened, poets dreamed, and people, just like you, closed their eyes and finally got some sleep. You step off the forest path and onto smooth stones. A stream runs beside you, its edges lined with moss that glows faintly under the drizzle. You kneel for a moment, dip your fingertips into the water. It's warmer than you'd expect, like the stream knows you're tired and it wants to carry a bit of your weariness away. You start walking again, slower now, not because you're weak, because you're allowed to. You pass a crooked signpost. The words are unreadable, washed away long ago. Still, You understand exactly what it means. Keep going. You're almost where you've always belonged. A soft chuckle escapes your lips, not because of the sign, because you suddenly remember that time you tried to meditate during lunch break and ended up stress-eating 2 donuts while yelling at your email. It's okay. That was then. This is now. You're doing great. The light is brighter now. You reach a small clearing, a circle of stones surrounding what looks like an old stone bench. Rain falls here too, but slower, as if time itself is caught in a dreamy pause. You sit. No, you settle. Your body fits into the curve of the stone like it was made for you. And that's when you feel it. The sound isn't just around you, it's inside you. Rain has soaked through your skin and into your thoughts, but instead of making things heavy, it has cleared space. You can think now, or not think. You get to choose. One drop falls on your cheek, another on your wrist. They don't ask you to solve anything. They just ask you to feel. It reminds you of that old trivia nugget that on average, each raindrop falls at a speed of about 8 kilometers per hour, just fast enough to catch up to your worries and wash them away. You lean back against the smooth stone. Above you, clouds swirl like soft paint on wet canvas. Lightning flickers gently, far away. No thunder, just light, reminding you that electricity can be gentle, too. You take a breath, then another, and for the first time in what feels like forever, your inhale doesn't carry a task. Your exhale doesn't deliver a to-do list. You're simply here, breathing, being. You wonder, briefly, if ancient people fell asleep like this too. Historians still argue whether early humans feared the night rain or revered it. Some say they huddled in caves, terrified of thunder. Others insist they saw the rain as sacred, a kind of nighttime lullaby from the sky. Either way, here you are, not in a cave, not hiding, resting. A frog chirps nearby. It doesn't ask for applause, it just exists. Somewhere out in the dark, the storm picks up. You hear it hitting a rooftop far away. Maybe it's your old childhood house, or maybe just a memory of safety your brain decided to borrow for tonight. Either way, it works. You feel safe. No notifications, no buzzing. Just you, the earth, the water, and the slow hush of your mind. The light in the clearing dims slightly, not out of fear, but because it knows you're ready for deeper stillness. So, slowly, you rise from the bench. You don't need to rush. The path will wait for you. Everything important will wait for you. You be. Jin walking again. Somewhere ahead is a house with 100 windows, but you're not there yet. And that's perfect. Because this, right here, is the kind of in-between place your nervous system has been begging you for. You stretch your arms above your head, feeling the rain roll down your elbows. Even your skin sighs. The rain has turned your edges soft. You've begun to disappear, but only from the stress that used to claim your name like a password. You are not that password anymore. You are something else now, something quieter, something more whole. You follow the rain-slick path as it narrows, winding gently between trees that lean closer now, as if eavesdropping on your silence. The light ahead, once just a shimmer between branches, begins to pulse more steadily. It's not a glow that demands attention. It's an invitation, quiet, persistent, familiar. You step through a tangle of weeping vines, and there it is, the house. It rises from the mist like something from a forgotten novel, half remembered in a dream you never quite finished. 3 stories tall, built from pale stone, darkened by the rain, wooden shutters creaking just slightly in the breeze. Moss clings to the roof like soft velvet, and ivy trails down from every corner like green lace. But what stops you is the windows, so many of them, big, small, narrow, round, some fogged, some wide open, some flickering faintly with candlelight, others completely dark. 100 windows, maybe more, and you know, without being told, this is your mind. More specifically, this is the part of your subconscious where your memories live, your truths, your fears, the stories you keep telling yourself long after they've stopped being useful. A raindrop rolls down the tip of your nose. You don't wipe it away. You step forward. The door swings open before you touch it. Of course it does. The house has been waiting. Inside, the air smells like lavender and old paper. You step across worn floorboards that sigh under your weight, not out of protest, but recognition. To your left, a hallway glows with amber light. Each door is cracked open, just enough to whisper invitation. Behind the first, you glimpse your childhood room, impossibly preserved. Posters, toys, the way the curtains never quite closed. You close the door gently. Not tonight. Further down, another window flashes with motion. You peer in, and there you are, pacing a college library at 2 a.m., muttering stress formulas to yourself, desperate to prove you're good enough. The ghost of you looks up, doesn't speak, just offers a tired smile. You nod. She vanishes. No drama, no explosion of emotion. Just release. This is how it goes here. Each room a moment you once clung to. Each window a portal to a story you told yourself about who you needed to be. Some stories were kind. Others were survival mechanisms wearing kindness as a disguise. You pass a room lit with soft blue light. This one is harder. The air here hums with anxiety. You remember this one. It's where you stood in front of a mirror, heart racing, convinced the world was falling apart, just because your brain was exhausted and your calendar too full. You step inside, sit on the edge of the bed. The version of you curled beneath the blankets doesn't even stir. They're shivering slightly. You pull the old quilt up to their chin. Whisper something neither of you can quite hear. The room exhales, and so do you. There's an old superstition, did you know, that rain on your house is a sign of healing. In some cultures, as they say, it washes away old spirits. In others, it's simply a blessing, a good omen. You decide to believe it. You step out again and continue. Deeper into the house, the windows grow stranger. Some are underwater scenes. Some flicker like film reels, looping moments you barely remember. One shows you crying in a parked car, clutching your steering wheel like a life preserver. Another shows you laughing so hard your ribs hurt, sitting on a tile floor, pizza in hand. You don't judge any of them. Not tonight, you're just visiting. The floorboards creak behind you. You turn. No one's there. But in a corner window, you catch a glimpse of something. A very old version of you, maybe 5, maybe 6, sitting cross-legged in a sunbeam, building something with blocks. The younger you doesn't look up, but they feel you. Their shoulders relax. They feel safe now. Historians still argue whether memory is architecture or illusion. Some claim that our brains build spaces just like this, a neural library. Others believe it's all vapor, a trick of electricity and emotion. But here, you know the truth doesn't matter. What matters is that it's real to you. You find the staircase at the end of the hall. It spirals gently upward, each step lit by wall sconces shaped like crescent moons. You climb, and with each step, another layer of tension falls away. First, your jaw unclenches, then your hands stop fidgeting. Your shoulders, oh, they're on vacation now. They've clocked out for the evening. On the second floor, the rooms change. Now they're not just memories, they're beliefs. Some beautiful, some less so. You pass a room labeled, "You're not doing enough." You don't go in. You do step into the room marked, "It's okay to rest." Inside is a velvet chaise, a ceiling that mimics the night sky, and silence, the kind that wraps around your soul like a thick scarf. You lie down, and for the first time in years, your nervous system does not object. In fact, it sighs in relief. Even your mitochondria send you a thank you note. You close your eyes. When you open them, you're on the 3rd floor. Did you climb more stairs? Does it matter? You're here now. This floor has only one hallway, only one door, and no windows. You reach for the handle. It's cool to the touch. Your reflection in the brass knob is wobbly, like a funhouse mirror, but more honest. You open the door. Inside is nothing and everything. Just a space, a blank room. No noise, no walls. Just rain outside, falling steadily on a roof you cannot see. You step into the center, sit, wait, and then a sound. Not rain, not breath, laughter, yours. It bubbles up out of you before you even realize it. Not because anything is funny, but because something inside has let go. A knot uncoiled, a worry retired. You laugh again. It feels strange, echoing in this empty room. But it also feels good. There's an old Roman saying you once heard in a podcast. He who laughs in his sleep has truly forgotten his troubles. The phrase was attributed to Pliny the Elder, but historians still argue whether he meant it literally or as a dig at lazy citizens. Tonight, you decide it's literal. You lie back on the smooth floor. The ceiling above you shifts, becomes glass. The rain dances across it in patterns only your heartbeat understands. You watch it for a while, then close your eyes. A few more drops fall. You feel each one kiss your skin like a benediction or a promise. The house is still, the windows hum, and somewhere deep inside this dream memory space, you are healing. You are reprogramming. You are rewriting every story that said you had to earn rest. Tonight, you simply are, and that is more than enough. The house exhales as you step outside. It doesn't wave goodbye. It doesn't need to. The windows remain lit behind you, glowing softly like the embers of an old fire you finally walked away from. The rain greets you again, gently now, like an old friend who knows not to ask too many questions. Your feet meet soft moss. The path before you is different this time, not paved, not carved, just gently worn into the earth, as though many people, over many lifetimes, have walked this same journey. You walk, and the rain walks with you, dripping from branches, sliding down the collar of your dream shirt, landing in rhythmic splashes on puddles you no longer care to step around. And then, just up ahead, you're not alone. A figure stands beside the path, holding a parchment umbrella. It's so old, it looks like it should disintegrate in the rain. But it doesn't. It sways steady, timeless. Long walk, they ask. You nod. They smile and begin walking beside you. This is how it will go now. Your companions will come and go. Some you'll recognize, some you won't, but all of them have walked this path too. This one, this first one, speaks slowly, rhythmically. You realize after a while it's Marcus Aurelius, emperor, philosopher, insomniac. It turns out he wrote most of his famous meditations not from comfort, but while trying to fall asleep in war tents. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, he says quietly. You smirk, kind of bleak. He shrugs. Sometimes, but you can choose better colors now. You walk on. A breeze carries the scent of jasmine and damp soil. Another figure joins you, wrapped in rough cloth, her sandals leaving barely any imprint in the earth. Hypatia of Alexandria, mathematician, astronomer, the kind of woman who taught in temples and walked freely in a world that barely understood her brilliance. She doesn't speak, but she reaches out and gently presses something into your palm. A polished stone. On it, a spiral. No explanation, just meaning. You tuck it away. Somewhere behind you, a memory flickers. Being 10 years old, afraid of thunderstorms. Hiding in your closet with a flashlight and a comic book. You feel for that old version of you again. But this time, there's no ache, just tenderness. That child has grown up into someone who seeks rain on purpose. You keep walking. A path opens beside a stream, and your footsteps fall into rhythm with it. Then you hear a voice, a familiar one. It's soft, gentle, slightly British, definitely sarcastic. Why do people assume sleep is boring? You turn, and it's Alan Watts, philosopher, mystic, occasional troublemaker. He has no umbrella, just lets the rain soak him, like a man perpetually enjoying the cosmic joke. Letting go, he says, isn't about losing something. It's about losing the illusion you were holding anything at all. You chuckle. Would have been nice to know that before 3 years of therapy. He winks. Therapy is just philosophy with better furniture. The rain laughs too. So do you. You reach a fork in the path. To the right, a hill, mist curling at the top like smoke from an ancient kettle. To the left, a low archway made of woven branches. You glance back at your companions. They're already fading, stepping into fog or into your memory, or both. This part is yours alone. You choose the hill. Climbing is slow, gentle. The way moss cushions each step makes you feel like the earth is helping, like it wants you to see what's at the top. Halfway up, you pause. A wooden bench waits for you, worn smooth by time and thought. You sit. Look out. Below, the forest rolls endlessly, blanketed in mist. The roof of your house glows faintly. The stream winds like a silver thread. Everything below feels manageable, not small, but softened. Here's a fun fact to tuck under your pillow tonight. In the Edo period of Japan, it was believed that if you wrote your fears on paper and let the rain wash the ink away, they'd dissolve from your life too. Some people still do this, a quiet ritual of release. You imagine doing that now. One paper for what ifs, one for should haves, one for that nagging voice that asks, did you do enough today? Each one soggy, illegible, gone. You look up and realize you're not alone on the bench. A woman sits beside you now, cloaked in layers of woven stars. Her face is kind, but ancient. She is all grandmothers and none. You don't ask her name. You just lean your head on her shoulder. She hums. It's a lullaby with no words, just vibration, just safety. You stay like that for a long time, or no time at all, because in this place, clocks are a joke. Eventually, you rise. The woman stays seated. You thank her. She smiles without teeth. You're welcome. You reach the top of the hill, and there, carved into a slab of stone, is a single phrase. You run your fingers over it. A lightning flash arcs quietly across the clouds. No thunder, just understanding. The ground beneath you is so soft. Ow. You think you might lie down, and you do, right there on the moss. The rain doesn't bother you anymore. It feels like it belongs, just like you. Raindrops bead on your eyelashes. A few slide into your ears, tickling. You laugh again. No one shushes you. You whisper something into the clouds. Maybe it's a hope. Maybe it's a thank you. Maybe it's the name of someone you miss. Either way, the wind carries it. The thunder answers softly, not with power, but with warmth. You close your eyes, just for a moment. And in that moment, you remember what your body has always known, that sleep is not a failure to stay awake. It's a return, a ritual, a rebellion against the noise of the world. Somewhere nearby, you hear Marcus again, and you realize you are. You're doing it, even now, especially now. The rain never stopped, and it never will. But that's okay, because the storm inside you, that one finally did. You don't remember standing up, but somehow you're walking again. The moss beneath your feet gives way to soft earth, and the sound of the rain shifts. It's quieter now, still falling, yes, but muted, filtered through something delicate, almost reverent. Ahead, an archway of hanging vines parts for you like a curtain. You step through, and there it is, the garden. You don't gasp, you just breathe deeper. It's the kind of place that doesn't ask for admiration. It receives it quietly, without ego. The kind of place your spirit recognizes before your eyes can fully catch up. Glowing flowers bloom beneath moonlit leaves. Pools shimmer like glass. Raindrops hang in midair on cobwebs stretched between ancient stone sculptures. Everything is still alive, but calmly so. This is no manic burst of spring. This is the garden of after. After the tears, after the letting go, after the noise has worn itself out. A narrow path guides you forward. You trail your fingers along ferns as tall as your shoulder. Their leaves curl gently at your touch, not pulling away, but responding, as if to say, "Yes, we see you too." You sit down on a low stone bench, shaped like a crescent moon. Moss cushions the seat. The rain still falls, but now it's more like mist, whispering across your skin rather than soaking it. Like a lullaby with no melody, like breath. The garden begins to hum, not out loud, but in that quiet place just below your collarbones, the part of you where you feel music and grief and relief all in the same heartbeat. You don't try to explain it, you just listen. A small glowing insect lands on your knee, a beetle maybe. Its shell shines with tiny constellations. For a moment, you swear it mirrors the night sky above you, star for star. Then it flutters away. In this garden, time doesn't follow the rules. Petals open and close at their own rhythm. Stone statues tilt their heads when you're not looking directly at them. The trees seem to lean toward you. Your heartbeat like sunflowers to morning. You wander deeper. In the center of the garden, there's a circular pool, perfectly still. You kneel beside it and peer into the surface. But instead of your face, you see something else. A memory? No, more like a feeling, wearing the shape of a scene. You, sitting in your car after a long day, forehead on the steering wheel, the rain beating on the windshield, a fast food bag on the passenger seat. The low buzz of being too tired to cry, too wired to rest. You place a hand on the water's surface. The image ripples and disappears. The garden nods in approval. It's not erasing your past, just loosening its grip. There's a tall sculpture nearby, part woman, part tree. You approach it slowly, noticing how its bark-like skin glistens with dew. Around her feet bloom flowers you don't recognize, some shaped like teardrops, others like closed eyelids. You place your palm on her hand, warm, solid, safe. She does not speak, but you understand everything. Ear listens. The stones, the water, the roots beneath your feet. They've heard it all, every anxious thought, every sleepless whisper, every silent scream into your pillow, and not one of them is judging you. You begin to hum, a soft sound, nothing fancy, just one note held gently in the back of your throat. The flowers respond, petals tremble. One tree drops a single golden leaf at your feet. It lands silently, and you understand. This is a place of release. So, you speak, not loudly, just enough. You name something you've carried too long. It could be a regret, a fear, a name. You say it once, then again, and the garden listens and listens, and then it lets go. The rain pauses for just a second, and in that moment, it feels like the world has exhaled. You look up. There, in the tallest tree, a bird you've never seen before. Its feathers shimmer with silver and blue, like a storm cloud caught in sunlight. It doesn't sing, it watches. Then it blinks slowly and takes flight. As it so, the rain resumes. But something's different. It no longer feels like weather. It feels like rhythm, like the natural percussion of peace. You wander again, past a grove of trees with mirrored bark. Each one reflects a different version of you, not just in age, but in energy. One walks taller, one cries freely, one laughs with her whole body, one sleeps without guilt. You smile at each one. They smile back. None of them are wrong. All of them are becoming. You reach a low hill where the garden opens into a wide stone platform surrounded by quiet fountains. In the center, a fire pit. Yes, fire. Despite the rain, it burns. Not fiercely, just steadily. Like an ember that never asks for fuel, it simply exists. You sit by the flame, hold out your hands. It's warm, but not hot. Your fingertips tingle as if something inside you is waking up. There's a small table beside you. On it, a slip of parchment, a quill. You smile, of course. One last thing to let go. You take the quill and begin to write. You don't rush. You don't even think. You just let the words fall out of your hand like rain. When you're done, you place the paper in the fire. It flares, not in violence, but in acknowledgement. And then it's gone. Not ash, not smoke, just no longer needed. There's a soft chime. Somewhere, a bell rings. You stand, and behind you, the entire garden seems to shift, like it's wrapping its arms around itself, going to sleep. You smile, bow your head in thanks, and step through the archway on the far side. The moment you cross over, you feel it, a new kind of quiet. Not just the absence of noise, but the presence of stillness. Historians still argue whether sacred gardens ever existed, or if they were just metaphors for inner peace written down by poets who didn't have YouTube or sound machines. But you know now that it doesn't matter. The garden was real for you, and it listened, and it helped you let go. You walk forward, into the dark, into the rain, but you are not who you are when you arrived. You are softened, you are rewired, you are ready, almost home. The path narrows one last time. No more forks, no more choices, just a single trail, winding gently through low hills brushed in midnight blue. The rain has lightened again, now just a mist, like breath on glass. Even your footsteps seem to respect the silence. You barely make a sound. You're not tired anymore, at least not in the way that used to make your eyes sting or your chest tighten. This tired feels different, sacred, the kind of tired that comes after the healing, the kind you earn by surviving yourself. Ahead, a small wooden gate swings open on creaky hinges. You step through into a clearing, and there it is, your bed. Yes, your bed. Not in some grand palace or ancient temple, not a metaphysical metaphor on top of a metaphor. Just your bed, wooden frame, heavy blankets, familiar pillow with the faintest outline of your favorite sleeping position already molded in. The sheets are cool, the air smells like rain and whatever soft detergent may. As you feel like someone has already turned down the lights for you. The moment you see it, your body sighs in relief. Not just from the muscles, but deeper, from the part of you that has held it all together far too long. You sit on the edge, run your hand over the blanket. It feels like home, not the house, not the city, not the childhood bedroom wallpaper you once stared at through tears. You feel like home now. There's a mirror on the wall, just one. You glance at it, and for the first time in ages, you see someone who looks okay. Not perfect, not invincible, just okay. Alive, tired, softened, and ready to rest. You pull back the covers and slip in. They wrap around you like they missed you, because they did. Your body thanks you in whispers. Your breath slows on instinct. No big ceremony, no guided breathing app. Just you, remembering how to be. Outside, the rain continues. A lullaby that doesn't need a tune. You listen, not just with your ears, but with your skin, your IB cage, the curve of your spine against the mattress. You remember how ancient some of these feelings are. Did you know that even in the earliest known literature, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, there are moments where rain is described as a divine gift, a symbol of cleansing the soul before sleep. People thousands of years ago looked up at the same sky and felt the same hush in their bones. You turn onto your side, pull the blanket up to your chin. The pillow sighs beneath your cheek. And here's a strange tidbit for your drifting mind. In some Himalayan villages, people believe that when it rains at night, the clouds are whispering dreams into sleeping ears. Little messages, gentle truths, tiny nudges toward who you're meant to become. Maybe that's what you're hearing now. You close your eyes, and still the world turns. No emails collapse, no dishes demand you wash them, no deadlines knock on your brain. It's just you and the rain now, and the quiet rhythm of a nervous system that final feels safe. Historians still debate whether the first true beds were meant for sleep or for ceremony. Some say they were altars. Some say they were gifts for royalty. But tonight, yours is both an altar and a gift. And you You are sacred. You are soft. You are safe. A final raindrop slides down the window pane beside you. You don't track it. You don't think about it. You just know it happened. Somewhere in the fog of sleep, you hear the faint echo of the garden, the whisper of the companions you met along the path, the hush of moss beneath your soles, and the laughter you once lost, returning like an old friend, slipping under the blanket beside you. You don't flinch. You don't fight. You don't do anything at all. You simply rest. And as you begin to drift even deeper into that glowing space beneath thought, you remember you were never meant to hold everything all at once. You were only ever meant to feel, to breathe, to sleep. And so you do. There's nothing left to fix now. Nothing left to analyze or organize or explain. The rain continues to fall outside, gentle and steady, like a friend keeping watch at your window while you sleep. The thoughts have quieted, the worries have curled up in the corner, snoozing peacefully, like tired house cats who finally found a warm spot in the sun. Even your breath knows the way now, slower, deeper, softer. Every inhale a wave, every exhale the shoreline. You are floating now, just beneath waking, where time stretches like silk and nothing demands your name. The air is thick with calm, and your body, so brilliantly loyal to you all this time, has finally surrendered to rest. Each muscle has unknotted, each nerve has exhaled. This is where the healing happens, not in the striving, not in the thinking, but here in the surrender. As the rain sings you further down, know that you're safe. You've walked far tonight, through memories, through echoes, through gardens and storms and rooms of self you hadn't visited in years. And now you've returned, not to who you were, but to who you've always been underneath the noise. Soft, whole, rested. Let the sounds carry you now. Let the dark cradle you like the arms of something older than fear. And as your last waking thought begins to dissolve, let yourself disappear into peace. You are allowed to be nothing tonight. And in that nothing, you are everything.